Hey there, all my coaster fans, and welcome to another Planet Coaster video. Some of you may have been expecting a little bit more Crystal Gardens. Maybe some of you were expecting some Whitaker Lakes. Maybe you were even expecting a Vista View video this week. Instead, a couple surprises. One was the video I posted last night, which was my competition park from Shy Guys World. And this is the second surprise. And there's a reason that I'm doing this particular video now. And that has to do with Whitaker Lake, which you guys will see in the next video that I post, which will be a Whitaker Lake video. So, let's see. Let's kind of talk a little bit about what we are doing. So, some of you guys will remember that my first thing that I ever did in Planet Coaster, as far as like really working with it, and during the beta and stuff, was making a recreation of the racer from Kings Island, which was made even better after we actually got the dueling coasters. So Frontier just keeps adding some new cool things to the game, and it makes it a lot better to kind of do a lot of stuff with. Because the racer, I had the racer set up and it was fairly decent before, but then once we were able to duel them, then it got even better, and I was able to go back and rework that a little bit more, and I still need to go back and rework it a little more even still. But after I did that, another thing that I did was right back in the summer or spring, when we got the Arrow suspended coaster, I literally took a day off work and decided I was going to do a recreation of the Big Bad Wolf from Busch Gardens. Now, Big Bad Wolf was one of my favorite coasters of all time. Like, literally, I love that coaster. And as soon as I heard we were getting suspended, I was like, bam, I am taking off a day. I am going to, work on that coaster all day. I'm going to be the first one to make a Big Bad Wolf recreation. And I did. I took off and I worked on it, and it took me 2 months, but man, did that come out absolutely stunning. I could probably go back with the skills that I have now, go back and redo that and make it even better, especially with the friction and stuff, and plus the fact that we can now make smaller lengths of track for the suspended coaster, which would be even better. And maybe one day I may actually do that, but I'm going to kind of move ahead a little bit. So some of you guys were, in my video for Big Bad Wolf, you were asking about other recreations. Some of you were giving suggestions. I should do this, I should do that. But, I definitely want to do some more recreations. Recreations are something that is fun to do, actually. It's not something you have to really, really work at. You can just kind of like, we'll work, and take a picture and work from that picture. I don't do it often. A lot of my coasters and stuff are inspired by other coasters, but I don't really try to do recreations very often. And that's where this one comes in. So, some of you, if you haven't recognized it yet, let's talk a little bit about what we are doing right now at the moment. So, as you can see, it is a mine train coaster, and it is one of the most famous mine train coasters, other than Big Thunder Railroad and the ones at Disney. So, non-Disney, it's one of the most famous mine train coasters, and that is ThuNderaTion from Silver Dollar City. So let's talk a little bit about ThuNderaTion. ThuNderaTion is designed by Aerodynamics. It was built it opened in 1993 there at Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. That's right. Silver Dollar City is the sister park to Dollywood, which is one of my favorite parks. I've never been to Silver Dollar City ever before. I have been to Dollywood, but never Silver Dollar City. So if Silver Dollar City is anything like Dollywood, then I know I would love it. And I hope to one day actually try to get over there to it, visit it, and enjoy all the coasters and stuff that they have, because they have some amazing coasters. One of their new ones that they're opening this year is Time Traveler, which is a launched spinning coaster with a dive right out of the station right at the beginning, and it looks really, really neat. But they also have this one here, which is a ThuNderaTion. And ThuNderaTion is a very, very unique coaster. It is located at the top of a hill. And the ride begins, like the second that the train actually leaves the station, that's when the ride actually starts. So it zooms out of the station, and it zooms through like a mountainous terrain and like a forested area. Then it goes through this helix, as you can see there, and then the helix goes into a tunnel. The tunnel comes out, goes into another helix, and that well, not really a helix, but it goes into another couple of turns, comes back out, goes through into another tunnel, which is the lift hill. And the lift hill doesn't even start until you're like 3/4 of the ride done. And then after the lift hill, there's one big drop, and then it goes right back into the station. It's a very, very uniquely designed coaster thanks to Silver Dollar City's terrain itself. It has the ability to be able to do a lot of cool stuff there where they are at. Mountain stuff like that is always cool. I enjoy things of that nature. Like I said, Dollywood is one of my favorite parks just because of it's uniquely designed. It's got a ton of terrain design stuff. They also get a lot of cool new stuff too, like Mystery Mine. They were one of the first to get a Wing Rider coaster, and of course Silver Dollar City is no different. It also has a bunch of unique rides as well that you won't find anywhere else. It got a RMC before RMCs were everywhere. They get a lot of cool new stuff. They definitely put their money into it, and the theming is top notch. Now, some people may look at it and be like, well, that's not really theming. It just looks like a country park. Well, that's the theme. It is a country park. It's designed around, it's kind of, I don't really want to call it a frontier park, but I mean, kind of in a way. It's not a Western park. It's not a frontier park. It's just kind of this, for lack of better words, it's hillbilly themed. Basically, both of them are. Dolly doesn't actually own the park, but she is a spokesperson for the park, and she does have a say-so in some things. It's actually earned by Hershend. But her name is on the park, so she gets, royalties and all that stuff like that, and she has a say-so. I guess she's on the board is how it works. I'm not 100% sure. But she grew up in Tennessee, right near where Dollywood is, and it's her hometown. So obviously things are designed around that, and it's just that local kind of feeling, of growing up in like the poor Tennessee, or Kentucky, and I'm from East Kentucky as well. So I guess maybe that's why a lot of that, like these kinds of parks appeal to me, is just because, I don't know, it's kind of heritage, I guess, in a way, coal mines and all that. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about what we're doing and with the coasters. So one thing is, I made this coaster all the way back in, I want to say July probably is when I actually done this, and I've held on to this footage for a long time. And there's a reason that I'm doing this now instead of like before or anything. I did wait because of something that's coming up and another video that I'm going to have upcoming. One of the biggest struggles with doing this particular coaster is the fact that the friction was so horrible on this that I could not get it to just zoom out of the station and zoom down into the helixes and stuff. It just wasn't moving as fast as I really wanted it to, and there was nothing I could do that I could get it to work. So I had to make some changes to the actual track work, and it's not going to be an exact recreation. It's going to be fairly close though. And it's going to be a little more thrilling Planet Coaster wise to work with stats and things like that. Luckily, thanks to Frontier, we can now change the friction on the coasters, and I can't wait to go back, work on this a little more, change up the friction, and get this thing zooming through this course. It is going to be really cool. One of the other challenges I had was, since I have never actually visited Silver Dollar City or ever ridden this coaster before, I have no idea how the queue line works for this thing. I searched and searched and searched and searched for tons of photo references and everything. I'm able to get the outside of the building pretty correct, as far as like from aerial photos, things like that. So I can get all of that pretty close to what I need. But once it actually gets inside the station, that's where I lose it at. So I know it comes down from the top, and the queue line winds down, and literally winds. I mean it winds down from the top, and then goes underneath the track right there through some rocks, and then goes into the building. And I don't have a clue what it does. I really don't. If any of you guys out there are from the Silver Dollar City area, if you could get me some video of the actual queue line, or if you can get me some pictures of it, like inside the building and how the queue line winds down, or like anything at all that would help, that would be greatly appreciated, because that means I can get it even better as far as how that goes. And even though I did have aerial photos and stuff of it from the outside and everything, some of it is just, it's kind of weird how some of this is built, and trying to get the scale and stuff just right on it is tough. I wasn't able to actually make the walls work the way I wanted, so I had to build completely custom walls, which we'll see here in a minute. It's got this weird kind of spire on top of it, and the only way I was going to be able to do that spire, which you can see I've kind of did the roof parts of it, but I just haven't actually done the sides of it, was doing custom. So I ended up taking some of the driftwood, and I made a wall piece, and then I put the driftwood over top of the wall piece, and from that I was able to make walls that I needed. So every single piece of the wall is finally placed exactly where I want it. And that means tons, like literally thousands of pieces of driftwood make up the actual station building itself. It was a lot of work, but in the end, it is so worth it because it looks so good. And you guys will see that here in the next few minutes as I actually start working on it. Now here you can see me actually putting the wall together. I tried just regular wall pieces, and some of those kind of looked good, but they just weren't giving me really what I wanted. It wasn't giving me that rotten, or not really rotten, but that old thing. I was trying some different stuff. I was like, okay, let's try regular wood pieces, regular wooden beams. No, those don't look right. These look much better. Everybody who was watching when I was streaming this on Twitch at the time also agreed that the driftwood was a better way to go. It looked older, and it looked more like barn type, which is what I wanted to go. I even tried doing a little bit of both. I tried mixing the beams with the driftwood, and apparently that is how I went. I thought I went a different route, but okay, so we mixed the wood pieces, and that's how we got the walls. And there you can see I can actually finally place them, and just taking out the piece. And now you see what I mean by fine-tuning every piece of wood to exactly specification for what I needed. And you know, as you can see, it's turning out fantastic. It's going to be perfect. It really is. It's going to be as close to the station as the station actually is as we can get in Planet Coaster. At least I feel like that anyway. Even though the track layout will be a little off, some other things are going to be a little off. I don't think it can be done any better in Planet Coaster than how I'm going to have it. I hope you guys completely agree with me once it's all said and done and you see the final outcome. You download the park file with everything in it, and you can see exactly how everything is actually going to work out. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say about this specific video and the building and everything. Still got a few minutes left of the video though, so there is something I would like to talk about real quick. And hopefully this isn't going to be dated like much later on, but I would very much appreciate if you guys can help me out. So YouTube has recently just changed their policies in the last couple of days. And those policies mean in order to be a partner, they have upped the qualities that you have to qualify to be a partner anymore, which means you have to now have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. This will take effect on February 20th. So I basically have 30 days to get about 500 more subscribers. Well, at this point, it's pretty close to 425 more subscribers and about 2,000 hours of watch time, which basically what that calls for is in 30 days, I need a ton more subscribers. Like I need to double my subscriber base basically. And then I also need to double the hours that I have watched in the last year. I really need you guys. If you don't already follow me on or subscribe to me here on YouTube, I would very much appreciate just a simple click. It's going to help me out. You have no idea. It's not the monetization. I don't really make anything off these videos. I do the videos because I enjoy it. It's the other things that come along with being a partner with YouTube. Things like tools and stuff that we get to work with our videos, being able to do different stuff, and the fact that I have been a partner with YouTube for 3 years. At this point, they should know I am not a spammer, as their so-called policy is supposed to keep from doing. Basically, they're saying it's to protect the safety of its users and stuff. I make Planet Coaster videos. I'm not Logan Paul out there, you know, filming stupid things like he did, you know. And in my opinion, what this is YouTube. I think Beyond You said it best. Beyond You 89, he said it best. He said they're taking in order to fix the problem, they're using a hacksaw instead of a scalpel. Instead of punishing the people that make them the most money, such as PewDiePie, Logan Paul, and all its other famous creators that do stupid stuff and get everybody else in trouble, to appease its advertisers, it's screwing over the smaller creators like myself and others. And we all could use your guys' help right now. I'm not going to beg you to, send me money on Patreon. I'm not going to do that. I'm just asking for a simple, go on there, watch as much of my videos as you possibly can. Go on, turn on a playlist, leave it on at night when you go to bed. If you're not already subscribed to me here on YouTube, do so, please. I very much appreciate it. I need all the help I can get to keep my partnership. Now, it's going to be highly doubtful that I get it, but I still need the help, and I hope you guys are, into these videos. I hope you really like them enough to actually help me out. And with that said, that's really all I'm going to say about it this time. I'm going to have another video in the next couple of days talking about things of that nature. I just wanted to kind of get this out there right now because I don't have time to make another video. This one's in my queue, and I had to get it out there for some other ones. I'm going to try to make as many videos as I can within the next 30 days because you guys watch the videos, and when you watch the videos, that's watch time, and I need that. So I'm going to make I'm always been bad about not getting videos out. My plan has always been 3 a week, and it is really hard to meet that schedule, and I don't know why, but it just is. And again, that's all I really have to say. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I can't wait to show you guys more of this coaster in the next video that I will be posting on my channel. Until then, thanks so much for tuning in. This is Shadow Phoenix, and I'm out of here. Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support me and my channel, I have a Patreon page where you can do just that. You can pledge anything from $1 or more. Anyone who pledges $15 or more gets a unique, specially designed roller coaster and Planet Coaster made just for them. My little way of saying thanks. You can also just send donations as well if you don't want to join Patreon. And you can find those links in the video description below. Every tiny red cent I make from these means the world to me and is extremely helpful. If you're interested in my PC setup that I work with and play on that you see here, every piece of the system is described below with links to Amazon if you want to purchase them or anything else. Thanks for tuning in to my videos and my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, click that on the screen below. And you can also check out a few of my other videos on the screen here as well. You can keep up to date on what's going on in my own little world via Twitter or watch me stream live on Twitch as well. Links are in the video description below. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.